Hello friends and fellow VEDSies, it is day 25 of VEDS, and at long last it is Fictional Friday, the day when my fictional personas answer your questions. So because there are a lot of questions, and because I have a lot of personas, I'm going to suspend the 5-minute rule for today's video, so today's video might be longer than 5 minutes, and if it's not longer than 5 minutes, then I'll just cut all this out. So I have all of the questions that you have been asking over the past couple of weeks of my fictional personas, and I am going to ask them, and the personas are going to answer them, so let's get right to it. First, for the Mad Hatter, because he got a lot of questions. From James F. You're stranded on a desert island and been without entertainment for months now. During your travels across the island, you come across a treasure chest. You open the chest and find a magical television who grants you one wish, a wish to watch any movie you want. You can only choose one film, so what movie would that be? Probably not one of my all-time favorite movies. I'd want to watch something that was a little bit more consistent with what was happening to me, so probably Dr. Strangelove, because then I would be able to convince myself, well, the world's gonna blow up eventually anyway, so whatever, here I am. From Mystic Destroyer 13, what was the movie that made you realize that the video adaptation of a story may be superior to the original novel? I think it was a combination of Where the Wild Things Are, which was the movie that kind of spawned the idea of books versus movies in the first place, and the 5th Harry Potter movie, Order of the Phoenix, which was the first movie that I feel was legitimately better than the original book. From April Harrison, we have 3 questions. Sorry if this question is redundant or asked to death, but what is your favorite hat? Oh, that's easy. It's this one. But the other guys don't want me wearing it for some reason, so I'll just stick with the fedora, I guess. Are you still invested in this whole books versus movies thing? I am. I am still very, very interested in the comparisons of movies to books. I don't know if I'm quite as interested in the competition between Reg and I as I was, but I am still very much invested in exploring the differences between movies and books and the changes that need to be made to a movie in order to adapt a book. Do you sometimes regret stepping in to stop Reg from turning it into a movie-bashing bashfest? No, because Reg really, really needed that. Like, a lot. From Super Singer 9000, I know in a previous video you said your favorite movie was Back to the Future, but that was a while ago and I was wondering if that has changed. I will say this, Back to the Future is still one of my favorite movies. I don't know if I can honestly say it's my all-time favorite anymore, and I'm not even sure I'm at a place right now where I know what my all-time favorite movie is anymore, so I might have to do some thinking about that. From Crazy Josh Cravey, are there any other reviews or videos you traveled to with the mug that we haven't seen yet? I feel like I really shouldn't answer that question because I don't want to disrupt the space-time continuum, so I'm gonna put a pin in that one for now. From Tessa Weidenhofer, and this one is also for Scotty, how do you feel about this new Mary Poppins movie? Mary Poppins movie? I didn't know about any new Mary Poppins movie. Scott, did you know about this? Well, it's on IMDb, but there's no information other than it's coming out in 2017 and it exists, so yeah, I don't know. Well, I'm not going to make any judgments until I have actually seen it, and I'm guessing that since you asked Scotty the question too, it's in some way based on the stage musical, which I have also not seen, so I honestly don't know what to think. Next we move on to Regular Matt. From Mystic Destroyer 13, how many plaid shirts do you have? Where do you get them all? Just the one, actually. I used to have a green one, but I'm honestly not sure what happened to it. So at the moment it's really just this one. And it might have been Walmart. I don't remember. From Crazy Josh Cravey, observing what has been happening recently, are you any closer to knowing if you are the original Matt yet? Yeah, you know, I thought it might have been a possibility, but the more I think about it, the more I feel like I'm just 1/7 of the original Matt, like all the other personas, so I don't know that I am any more the original Matt than any of the others. Next, the Scottish Reviewer. From James F., and he had a couple questions. If you could somehow mandate that all schools across the country have a drama department, first of all, would you? And secondly, what musical would you also make mandatory for said drama departments to put on? Yes, I absolutely would ensure that every school had a drama department, but I don't know that I would require a certain musical to be performed. I would certainly suggest that certain musicals and certain aspects of musical theater be studied, but I wouldn't want to require a certain musical to be performed. I would want to leave that up to the individual schools. I would, however, make one stipulation. No Broadway Junior. What are some of your favorite film to musical or musical to film adaptations, i.e. the producers or Spamalot? As far as film to musical adaptations, I am a big fan of Disney and the things that they have done and the things that they have done very well. As far as musical to film adaptations, I honestly kind of prefer the classics. Sound of Music, Music Man, some of the ones where they were less concerned with making something really flashy and more concerned with telling a compelling story. Also from James F., I highly recommend if you ever get the chance to go see or listen to the soundtrack of Something Rotten. It's really good in my opinion. I will make note of that, thank you. Some questions from April Harrison. Every time you come on, I never quite know what to expect from you. So what are your plans for the future? Whose side are you really on? Yeah, I know, and I know that's rough, but I honestly couldn't tell you what my plans for the future are because I don't know myself. As far as whose side I'm on whoever is going to best help the various personas get through this weirdness. And that's all I can tell you. Have you seen any good plays or musicals lately? Well, I recently had the opportunity to be musical director for an excellent youth version of The Secret Garden. Not Broadway Junior, it's called the Spring version, and it's actually very, very good. It's an excellent simplification of the story that does not in any way diminish its intelligence or its beauty or any of that. It is just a really, really good simplification for kids, and I really enjoyed working on it. From Crazy Josh Cravey, have you gotten any closer to finding out how you can fully return without everyone having to remember you? I literally have no idea what you're talking about. Next, Editing Matt. From April Harrison, how are you doing, man? The last few times I remember seeing you, you looked a little rough, but maybe I missed one. Personally, I think you got a tough gig trying to keep some of the crazies in line, and I admire your tenacity. Thank you. I appreciate that, and yeah, I mean, I'm essentially the techie of the group, and techies are always kind of overworked and underappreciated, so I do appreciate that. I feel like of the 7 personas of Matt, I am the 1/7 of Matt that was actually organized. I got all of that, and so yeah, it makes me a little crazy sometimes. From Crazy Josh Cravey, Editing Matt. I know you and Scotty started doing conversations and genre takeovers because you were getting bored from editing the reviews, and I realize in recent years you've tried to undo the damage you caused, like the rifts in reality. And I also know from the Exhibit A that you're trying to stay in the Stephen King universe for a while until you can get back to something close to the original reality. But do you think you'll be able to get... I'm going to stop you right there because I know. I'm aware of the danger, I'm aware of the issues at hand, and I don't plan on staying here forever, and I'm not going to stay here forever. 2 more reviews tops, and then we're out of here. But we got to figure something out. That's my thing. We need a place to hold up and figure things out before we just go traveling through the genres willy-nilly. Also from Crazy Josh Cravey, on a lighter note, is Captain Obvious okay? He thought he was Reg and Hatter in the Psycho review, and I realized that could have ended when you entered the Stephen King universe, but Arcana said he was pretty deep into it. Captain Obvious... and I don't even know that we should be calling him Captain Obvious, because that's not who he really is. That was just one of his personalities, but... You know, I don't know. He's adjusting. He's doing okay. He has been reverting back to some of his original personalities a little bit. I think he's just trying to figure out what he wants to do and who he wants to be. So it's a little bit of a rough time for him, but I think he's going to be all right. Next for Arcana. From James F., will we ever see you return to the games of your childhood in your aptly named series, Games of My Childhood? Yes, as a matter of fact, I have another couple of reviews written, one of which will hopefully be going up on Banking 8408 sometime soon. From Rocky Mountain Tar Heel, who is your favorite wizard in literature? Well, I'm rather partial to Merlin, actually. I think Merlin inspired most of the other traditional wizards that you see in literature, and I think, you just can't beat the original. Well, sometimes you can, as books versus movies reviews have shown us, but in this case, yeah, Merlin. From Crazy Josh Cravey, thinking of growing your Dumbledore beard back? Never again. Never again. From Landon Beal, I don't know. Do you think it would bite living in an Amish paradise? It's a good question. People do spend most of their lives living in an Amish paradise, and I've churned butter once or twice living in an Amish paradise. It's hard work and sacrifice living in an Amish paradise, but they do have quilts at discount price living in an Amish paradise. Next for my evil twin. From James F., have you done anything evil recently that we don't know about, or have you gone soft? Hey pal, just because I don't let you in on my evil schemes doesn't mean I've gone soft. Watch your mouth. From Caitlin with a K, how you doing? Oh, hi Caitlin. I've been doing pretty good actually. I'm going through some stuff and trying to get in touch with my evil core again. But I'm coming a long way. From Dizzy State of Bliss, is there a group of fiends that you hang out with, or are you one of those loner types who just happen to think about doing evil deeds? You know, I tried hanging around with a group of so-called evil fiends. A couple of times actually. Didn't work out well. So, yeah. I work alone. This question was asked by Nicholas Stout and Caitlin with a K. Why don't you like to be called E.T.? Let me answer your question with a question. If you were an evil criminal mastermind, would you want to be confused with an adorable alien from a Spielberg movie? I don't think so. From April Harrison, have you taken over any new blogs lately? Are you planning to? Or is that a secret? Where are you planning on going from here? Come on. You really think I'm going to tell you that? You really think I'm going to reveal my evil plans to you? Come on, you know me better than that. From Crazy Josh Cravey, can we expect another Doctor Who review anytime soon? I really enjoyed the first one. Actually, yes you can! The next video on Pancake 8408 is going to be a bargain bin review of the Doctor Who movie. Now I know that bargain bin reviews are usually the purview of the evil haberdasher, but well, let's say I persuaded him to let me in on this one. Next, background singer number 3. From Mamma Mia, what's background singer number 3 been up to? Has he been harmonizing with the other boys or just singing alone? You know, we actually couldn't find background singer number 3. We haven't seen him for a while. Actually, we haven't seen any of the background singers for a while. Not sure where they went. Should probably check on that. Next, Exploding Matt. From Mystic Destroyer 13, can you control your explosions, size, color, loudness, etc., or are they a random happenstance? Hey man, I don't know. I don't even know if I'm supposed to be a thing. Next, many themes in one video man. From James F, how many themes can you insert into this video? What? The video's almost over. Why didn't you ask me this question at the beginning of the video? From Caitlin with a K, what's he up to these days? Oh, well, ever since Shiny Happy Vloggy People ended, I've been doing some work in creative program planning, trying to find cohesive themes to tie programs together. It's more fascinating than it sounds. Next, from Matt from the Future. From Mystic Destroyer 13, what's up, man? Oh, not much. Not much. Just, finishing up filming and getting ready to edit today's video. And finally, a question for the source, or original Matt, from Crazy Josh Cravey. Do you exist? Are you Reg? Someone else we've seen? Someone we haven't? Come on, you didn't think I was going to reveal the source that easily, did you? And that does it for Fictional Friday. Thanks very much. This was a lot of fun, kind of breaking out of the regular non-fictional nature of this vlog. So thanks a lot, and maybe I'll do something like this again after VEDS is over and I feel like doing something like this again. So until next time, friends and fellow VEDSies, see you tomorrow.